and keeping an eye on everything going on from New Mexico to across the world. Let's check in with KRQE News 13 anchor Elizabeth Alvarez with the morning headlines. Happy New Year.
Hey, Happy New Year, ladies. Good to see you. Glad everybody's back safe and sound. So good morning to you. Good morning to you at home. This morning we begin talking about the so-called fiscal cliff and the deal that has finally been reached. The new bill apparently keeps taxes on the same on people making less than $400,000 a year and couples making less than $450,000, but raises them for folks who make more than that. Now, it is now on the way to the president, and after the House passed it last night, it's now up to the president to sign it. The bill also makes sure that 2 million people who were about to lose their unemployment benefits will keep them. Now, it doesn't mean the government won't cut hundreds of billions of dollars from the budget, though. It'll give Congress another 2 months to deal with that. Thousands of people in Albuquerque just got a raise. The minimum wage hike that voters approved back in November officially kicked in yesterday. Minimum wage in the city is now $8.50 an hour rather than $7.50. They're not the only ones making more. Minimum wage in 10 states went up on New Year's, and it looks like Santa Fe doesn't have the highest minimum wage in the country anymore. The Santa Fe New Mexican says that in San Francisco, the least people can make there is now $10.55 an hour. Of course, it's a lot more expensive to live in San Francisco, that's for sure. The man who was running for Congress last year and who was arrested and accused of slashing his rival's tires could be back behind bars anytime. We're talking about Gary Smith. Do you remember this? It's the video that led to Smith being arrested for allegedly slashing the tires of his former political rival, Janice Arnold Jones, on multiple occasions. He was just let out of jail on Saturday and was told to stay away from Arnold Jones. But Arnold Jones says that when her husband went to get the paper on New Year's Day in the morning, Smith was right outside their door. She says Smith then drove away.
I think he needs to be off the street. I think he is creating a lot of damage, but will that escalate to hurting people? I don't know, but I don't want to take a chance.
Now, she is not the only one worried. Smith's former campaign manager, Reed Story, believes that the retired Army sergeant slashed 3 of his tires on New Year's Eve. In addition, Smith says his power steering fluid was punctured and the windshield wiper hose was ripped out. In fact, over the past 6 months, he says he's had to replace about 54 slashed tires. Some sad news this morning about Governor Susana Martinez's father as he passed away earlier this week. He was 80 years old. He died Monday after a long battle with Alzheimer's disease. The governor's father served in the Korean War and will be buried at Fort Bliss in Texas. It looks like kids will still be able to explore more at the Children's Museum in Santa Fe. That's because the museum had raised enough money, so now it does not have to close. Back in September, the museum said it would have to close down unless it could raise about $200,000 by the end of the year. And since then, the Santa Fe New Mexican says that the museum has gotten about $220,000 in donations and is still getting more. The Children's Museum has also created a task force to prevent it from having money troubles in the future. Today is the day that you can recycle your live Christmas tree, or at least begin to recycle for free at Albuquerque and Rio Rancho, and at the same time pick up some free mulch. In the Duke City, you can take your trees to any one of these 3 places from 8 to 5 p.m. The Ladera Park Golf Course and the Eagle Rock and Montesa Convenience Stations. They'll be taking trees and grinding them into mulch until Sunday. And over in Rio Rancho, just take the trees to the sports complex anytime from now until the 18th of this month. You can pick up free mulch there as well. All right, and that wraps it up for your news headlines this Wednesday morning. Be sure to catch Matt, Kristen, and myself every weekday morning on KRQE News 13 beginning at 4:30 a.m. Ladies, it is that time to take down the Christmas decorations, the lights. I had the husband do it yesterday.
Smart girl. I unfortunately I
haven't done it yet.
I haven't put anything up because I knew I was going away. So the only thing I have to deal with are all the presents and the wrapping, that kind of stuff.
But
you know,
it's so depressing. Everything looks so empty. I feel like when you take all the Christmas decorations down, it's so sad.
It's a tough time of year. Yeah.
Time to start thinking about how to redecorate the living room.
Start thinking about ahead to spring or Valentine's Day. There's other things that are good to think about, including like resolutions, which we'll talk about later. My grandma told me that she'd make a deal with me if I lost some weight from all the food I ate this month, and she'd buy me all these amazing sweaters that I got in Florida, which She did buy them for me, but only under the condition that I lose a lot of weight. Yay!
There you go.
How do you like that? Gotta love blunt grandmas.
You know what? We all need the motivation.
Yeah, we really do.
I for sure.
I am motivated. Yes. That's my personal story of the morning.